lantern and the title were fused together, where like the main part of the title was like the lantern face, and maybe it had WWE in its mouth or something. I don't know.
What if like when he comes to the ring, he blows out the lantern and all the lights go out, and then he relights the lantern, and that's when they flood it with blue light, like it's the lantern light, like you said.
There you go. That'd be cool.
It'd at least have a purpose.
Yeah.
Probably be dumb, but it'd have a purpose.
So I suppose we should probably tell him who these competitors are, huh?
We don't even know.
It's the Fiend Bray Wyatt taking on Daniel Bryan for that Universal Championship. Ooh. I think this one is pretty simple.
It's got to be the Fiend.
Yeah. Can't have him losing just yet.
I would hope not. You just made the title blue for him.
And then it would go back to hemp. Like,
yeah, right.
Why didn't I get a custom title?
Yeah. And then following that, I guess, we got the, and again, we don't know what order they're in.
It's on the pre-show!
The NXT Championship. I hope like hell they don't put the NXT one on the pre-show. That would be just so degrading.
They start treating it like the Cruiserweight Championship now.
Yep. The NXT Championship, we see Adam Cole versus whoever ends up winning the Wargames triple threat that we had mentioned earlier. Now, to remind you folks, because we've kind of wombled on for a while, I'm picking Pete Dunne, Pacey's picking Damian Priest, so It'd be either against Pete Dunne or Damian Priest, according to us. Who do you think will win against your Adam Cole versus Damian Priest, Paystee?
Adam Cole is money. He's like fit Triple H. And you got to keep going with that, especially if you're Triple H.
Right. Yeah, and I agree. Adam Cole versus, at least to me, saying that it's going to be Pete Dunne, I think is going to be a better match than against Damian Priest, but that's not what we're discussing here. What we're discussing is who we think is going to win, and I think it's going to be Adam Cole. Of course it's going to be Adam Cole.
Definitely. Up next, we've got the three-way non-title tag team match, seeing the Undisputed Era versus the Viking Raiders versus Revival.
And, of course, this Undisputed Era would be Red Dragon and Roderick Strong.
Well, Red Dragon isn't a person.
Well, it's a people.
It's a people. That was.
Okay. So it'll be Bobby Fish and
you said Roderick Strong, but that's wrong, too. Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. So it'd be Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, it's only two of them, huh? Yeah. Okay. So it's Red Dragon.
Roddy's got his own thing going on. It is Red Dragon.
Red Dragon. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Just quit. I don't know what I'm saying here. Roderick Strong is coming up later on, so they do get all of them in here. Yeah, Red Dragon, Viking Raiders, Revival. Blah, 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 blah. My bad.
Blah, blah, blah. Who are you going with?
You know what? I'm gonna shock the system. And I'm not going to go with Undisputed Era. I'm not picking Red Dragon.
It's real easy when it's a non-title match, isn't it?
Exactly. That's really what's throwing it out. When it's non-title, first of all, it means nothing, obviously. But
it's bragging rights, man.
To me, yeah, and then they don't... Remember last year, they didn't even mention it on Raw or SmackDown the next week? Yeah. That was just insulting. First of all, it doesn't mean anything. We don't give a shit about bragging rights, and neither do the wrestlers. But then when the commentators and the whole company just doesn't even acknowledge it, fuck you. I think Viking Raiders. I think they're pushing Viking Raiders. I think this would be a great way for them to show their dominance. They're up against a traditional wrestling grappling team in the Revival and against innovative, young, not so much high-flying, but more quick and swift team in the Undisputed Era. So I think it'd be great to put them over and push them. It'd be just a shot in the arm they could use.
I'd definitely say Viking Raiders are the favorite to win this one. But seeing as it's a non-title match, and the only team in this match that has non-titles is the Revival, I think you gotta put them over to make them happy because they're not.
Is the Revival not SmackDown champions?
No, New Day won it off of them somewhere that I didn't see.
Oh, well then it's weird. Are they
Isn't
still
it?
there, or did that change?
It might. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
let me look into that real quick because maybe that changed. Before you bet on the Revival and they're not in the match,
Well,
I'm going to save you here, Paystee.
if it's not the Revival, then it's New Day, and my pick would stay that. So I'd be safe either way. I think.
Okay.
Just the team in that position. I think.
Let's see.
I think WWE has a great chance right now to put NXT over across the board, but I don't think Vince is going to let that happen. And granted, most of these guys came from NXT in the first place, so NXT's over regardless.
Okay, so it is the New Day, Paystee. My bad. I didn't update it. I didn't notice there was a change. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Who of the New Day though? Does it say?
Well, I'm assuming not Kofi, right? Haven't they decided he's not in the tag teams anymore? I'm gonna click on it, see who's in there. No, I'm assuming they're doing Freebird rules still, so it could be anybody. But
is Xavier still out with injury?
In the graphic, it's Kofi and Big E. Is he? Did we report that?
We reported he was out with injury. It's the Achilles tendon thing.
Yes, you're right. So it's Kofi and Big E.
Okay.
Does that affect your pick?
Yes, very much. Viking Raiders for the win.
Okay.
No. You didn't choose them. I'm going to choose them just so I can laugh at you when they win. Undisputed Era.
You know what? That's dirty, but I like the way you think. Because it will be hitting my soul if that happens and I didn't pick them and they win and you won off of me. I rarely ever bet against them, and if they lose me a point, especially if that's the winning point, I'm gonna be so hurt. I'm gonna be pissed at you. I like that move though, Paystee.
All right,
I like that move. That's a very McMahon move you just pulled there, buddy.
Yep.
So then we got
what percentage of Vince McMahon do you think is punishing the rest of the African Americans on the roster right now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can just imagine Vince. I told you the whole time we couldn't trust him. Fucker. We got a three-way non-title again. This is for the women champions. Becky Lynch of Raw taking on Bayley of SmackDown, taking on Shayna Baszler of NXT.
Yes. Oh, that's another thing. Like, they could have NXT lose across the board and say, well, they were all in Wargames last night. That's why, you know.
and that would actually work. I mean, I wouldn't want to see it, but at least there would be a storyline reason for it. It'd be somewhat protecting them.
Yeah.
A little asterisk.
Yeah. Oh, and this match, God, I think Shayna's so close to graduating NXT. Granted, it's a main roster show now, but I still don't buy that shit.
Right. It's still the third brand.
I think she's so close that she needs to lose on this match, and I think it's kind of a toss-up. It's a huge toss-up. I'm going with Becky Lynch, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Bayley win it with the help from her friend, Sasha Banks, who now comes out to a theme song with the song that Snoop Dogg rapped at WrestleMania all those years ago for her.
Oh, good for her. You know, I was kind of with you. Part of my mind, my first initial reaction, and it's probably what it's going to be, and I'm probably going to be wrong, was pick Bayley. I was like, I can see the hugger going over there. They're pushing her. It's a new heel thing.
It's
Let's
a triple
do it.
threat. Anything can happen.
Exactly. But then again, when I put the whole weekend context into my head, I started playing out these scenarios, and I thought probably way more of it than any of the WWE writers or creative team are actually thinking of it, so I'm probably wrong. But I thought that Team Baszler loses in NXT Wargames, and maybe even Baszler takes the pin. Ouch. But maybe. And then on Survivor Series, this is her big rebound. Obviously, it's non-title, but she's showing that she beat both the SmackDown and the Raw champions and that she is the baddest bitch in town.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Shayna Baszler. I think there's some story there. And if I'm right that there is some story there, it's not going to happen because that's not what WWE does.
This could be the match of the night. I'm going to say that.
It actually could. It very well could because it could.
The Survivor Series matches won't be, that's for sure.
No, and they never are. They're there just to get faces out. They're fun. You know what I mean? They're just, hey, I like this person. Oh, I like this person. And then when you watch them 20 years later, it's nostalgia because there's always 3 people that you forgot ever wrestled and 2 people that were big names. And it's cool.
I feel like this year Survivor Series is further from Thanksgiving than it normally is. Like, those matches are only acceptable when your stomach is overly full.
They're further from Thanksgiving. They're less than a week away from Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but I mean, usually it's like, I don't know. I guess either way it's 4 days on either side. So shut up, Paystee.
Usually it's 4 on the other side.
But at least you have leftovers at that point. I'm not going to pre-cook a turkey for this.
I'm not going to You're right. You're right, Paystee. I'm not going to pre-cook a turkey for this. McMahon once pre-cooked a turkey for Survivor Series, and it was the worst blemish in the Guerrero fucking family history. Oh. And anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, do a little research. I'm not going to hand feed you that one. So, they couldn't give us another 3-way non-title match, could they, Paystee?
Oh, but they will.
Holy bucket.
Yes, it's a 3-way non-title mid-card champions match. It sucks that these guys are all mid-card champions, but
it really does. Roddy, I'll give Roddy.
Yeah, Roddy.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, because he's no Adam Cole. That's the only thing.
Hey.
Shinsuke Nakamura representing SmackDown versus Roddy from NXT and AJ Styles.
You know, Paystee, I didn't notice it until we were just going over this now, but WWE is still blatantly showing how much they actually give a shit about the women, because we have the what I guess you would say secondary titles are all as non-title defenses, because of course the men's universal title is an actual title match, 1-on-1.
Mm.
You also have the WWE Championship, which is a 1-on-1 match that's for the title. But the tag team, we get it. They're not solo, so they're 3-way non-title. And then you got the, quote, mid-card, so those are 3-way non-title. Then you have the women's champions that should be having a legitimate championship 1-on-1 match.
Yeah, they definitely should.
That's kind of sad. Oh, but then we have this. You know, I don't know what's going on with any of these guys. I'm not going to lie. I know that Nakamura doesn't get pushed as well as he should, and Roddy is probably my least favorite in the Undisputed Era.
He puts on amazing matches, though.
Oh, my God. I love to watch Roderick Strong. He just still something he's
his
missing.
Face. It's his face. I don't like his face.
It could be, and he's missing it. But
Which
one
is
thing
sad
that always
because,
amazes me.
Kyle O'Reilly. No, O'Reilly's the attractive one. Fish is worse looking than
no,
Roderick
he's got
Strong.
the stash.
Okay, then O'Reilly is the one I'm talking about. The
Okay,
lanky,
you're talking about O'Reilly.
Looks like he's from the streets of Great Britain.
Yes, that's KO. Roderick Strong, though, he always amazes me with. It almost seems like every time I watch him in a big match, he's found a new backbreaker to use. Like, how many times can you break a back? But God damned if he hasn't figured it out. But
there's a lot of vertebrae in a back. He's got to move for each one.
Oh wow, never thought of it that way. That's a good point.
He can make a list.
All right, Jericho. AJ Styles by default.
Yeah, I'm right there too. I kind of think Nakamura could pull something out here because it's a non-title match and it doesn't matter. Once again, this is a match that could go any which way and I'll be happy with it, but I gotta say Styles is the man to win.
Nakamura benefits the most from it, I think.
Yeah.
Roddy has Undisputed Era behind him. He doesn't need anything. Yeah. Just being Undisputed Era is good for him.
Well, and Nakamura's got Sami Zayn behind him. Isn't that good enough for you?
No. Not if he had El Generico behind him. Oh, that movie.
What if he does? What if he does? And then at the end of the match, the mask is taken off El Generico, and it's CM Punk.
What if it's Chris Jericho? He's known for taking off masks.